See, I've ruined your credibility with truth and facts to back everything up. You tried to ruin my credibility with a bunch of lies, and it backfired.
Kohberger allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false. You knew that was false. For anybody who had never heard that before, that question is now planted into them, unqualified representation that Mr. Kohberger stalked one of the witnesses, and that's false. We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122. But we can put his phone in that area. There are many residences in that area. It's a dense population of mostly college-related occupants.
Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. So a few weeks ago over on Facebook, I saw someone that goes by the Arlie basically defending the 1112 footage because for some reason the Goncalveses suddenly want to pretend that it's fake. Wonder why they would want to do that. Now, see, most of you guys know that this channel is where all of the 1112 footage, minus that public packet, actually came from. See, what was requested was the entirety of the 1112 footage, and when they quoted me something basically more than my mortgage payment, I was like, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to do this in sections. So I got with my channel, I told them what was going on, and I said, let's figure out which hours we want to request. Let's do 2 at a time so that it was more economical. But my channel wasn't having that because, see, we here on this channel are here for facts and for truth. So we wanted all of it, and I didn't even have to ask. The second I told them we were going to have to slow down and do this in sections, the donations started rolling in for the FOIA. And within a matter of days, we had the entire $1,500. One of the very first issues that we had is that they tried to tell us that the footage started at around 2:20 in the morning. But see, what the reports claimed is that the footage actually started at 12:55 in the morning. And for a few weeks there, they tried to lie. But because of my persistence and the fact that I will continue to ask questions until I'm satisfied with an answer, guess what? They found the remaining footage. And for some reason, it was in a completely different folder, not with the rest. In between getting the original batch of information and waiting for the not really redactions whatsoever when it came to the 12:55 forward footage, we found the 2:27 scream. And it took forever, but the day finally came when they told us that all of the redactions were done. So on 12/19/2025, when they finally, and they being Moscow Police Department, because you know, that's who we paid for this footage, the cops. When they finally gave us the remaining footage from 12:55 a.m. to 2:30 a.m., it was completely muted, as most of you guys know. So I sent an email back and I said, is there a reason why the entire file is muted? We were charged all of this money to pay all of these hourly fees between 3 different employees for the city. And it's literally like y'all uploaded the file, pressed mute, downloaded it, and said, okay, I'm done. And this is complete crap. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that that led to more conversations, more back and forth, and finally a discussion with the city attorney that literally went nowhere. What it didn't show is what the Goncalveses are actually so worried about. See, what it doesn't show is what they've been claiming for years that it actually shows, which is Maddie and Kaylee not only getting dropped off by Eric Gower at 156, but walking into the house, getting out of the vehicle, walking across the parking lot and going in the house. They even claim at some point to have seen and known for a fact that it was the girls, meaning for the Goncalveses, Maddie and Kaylee, that went back outside to take Murphy to go to the bathroom. But that's not what it shows at all, does it? See, the Goncalveses have lied, I don't even know how many times, definitely more than I can count on both hands, and I honestly just can't figure out why. Why are you lying? Why are you lying about things like where Kaylee actually lived and what was the story about her actually moving or not? Why is there nothing that's concrete when it comes to really anyone's timeline? So when they came out trying to act like this footage was so fake, they knew damn well that that wasn't going to go very, very far, because guess what we learned? When we pay for a FOIA, the families get the files the same way that we do. So for all of the little separate 5-minute files that had to be put together, and for all of the other ones that got put together and stitched into hour or longer segments, all of those files that I got sent, they got sent. So now that people are getting hip to their bullshit and are starting to ask them more questions, they're trying to play defense and they're doing it all wrong. They know that they're busted lying, and instead of coming out here and being honest, they want to lie some more. Now, we know that she is now admitting, at least the page is now admitting over on Facebook, that they just don't think the noises have anything to do with the crime.
The G family is currently going off over on Facebook because there's a creator over there, the Arlie, that is wondering why they are telling people that the 2 a.m. screams and whatnot are fake, or, they're not real. Whoever's online right now on the G family page said the 2 a.m. shit has nothing to do with my daughter being murdered. Therefore, it has nothing to do with the case. What's your effing point? Also, this is the caption that those replies are coming from. Family is lying to the public, saying the balcony footage is fake when it's not. Why on earth would they say this? Old interview where they even tell you that Dylan and them were cleared way too fast, and they don't understand how. Now they're fighting against the public, believing the FOIA released. Crazy switch up, if you ask me.
That is not the same thing as the footage being fake. So maybe, just maybe, instead of coming out here and lying to people for sympathy, you could just be honest and say that you heard it, but you don't think it's relevant. You don't have to come out here and say that it's a lie just because you got caught lying. Now, when we started going through the messages between Steve Goncalves and TikToker Brett Norton from back in the summer of 2023, right after the grand jury took place, this is where we found out for sure that Steve Goncalves, and honestly, who knows who else in that side of the camp, actually did know about the 1112 cameras. They got the information from Jack Ducour, who helped them get access from the actual owner of the camera. And not only in that conversation did we find out that the writer of this completely horrible waste of trees hooked the Goncalveses up with 2 grand jury members who told them that Dylan and Bethany did literally nothing but add more questions than answers to everything and seemed extremely shady. But this is also where we found the lie being put in black and white saying, no, the porch shows the girls getting dropped off and walking into the house, and none of that noise is happening. The only part here that Steve isn't being dishonest about is the noise. You know why? Because it was muted. And for anyone else that wants to try to play with my credibility, all you have to do is pay the duplication fee for all the footage. What's wrong? You broke? You need to borrow $30? I got you. I have honestly never seen a family fight against the truth coming out as much as this one has. And the fact that they've basically demanded transparency from the investigation the entire time, and now the transparency is happening, and they are literally out of their own faces telling us to not read documents. Come on. And that's all that I have to say about it. Y'all know where the truth is. See y'all.